What is up, mathletes? Care to Math. Thank you for tuning into this video. Here I'm going to go over an example of solving a square root equation that has an extraneous solution. So if you remember from my first video, we talked about just solving a square root equation and what it entailed to solve one. And then we did the whole checking, but we didn't have an extraneous solution. I told you to watch out for it. Now what we're going to do is we're actually going to use that tool, our checking, and find an extraneous solution. So this one's a little more challenging. It might, just saying, it might make us factor in here. We'll see. But I'm just going to solve this exactly like I did any other square root equation, right? So I have the square root of x plus 7 minus 5 equals x. I have to add 5 to both sides. So I'm left with x plus 7 equals x plus 5. Because what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to isolate the square root, right? I always want to isolate the square root. I had to add 5 to both sides to do that. Now what I need to do is now I got to get the x out. So I have to square both sides of this because we have a square root. To get rid of a square root, we have to square both sides. Now I have x plus 7 equals x plus 5 squared, remember, is the same thing as just x plus 5 times x plus 5. And yes, I'm going to have to now FOIL this. So I'm going to get x squared plus 5x plus 5x and then plus 25. And on the left side, I'm left with x plus 7. So now I'm just going to simplify. The right side, I have x squared plus 10x plus 25. So I got to get x plus 7. I got to get that over to the other side. To do that, I'm just going to combine like terms. So I'm going to put this x there, and I'll put the 7 with the 25. Now on the left side, I'll be left with 0, but it's equal to x squared plus 9x. 25 minus 7 is just 18. So now what I have to do is, in order to solve this, I have to factor it, right? So I have to think about what multiplies to 18, multiplies to 18, but adds to 9. Adds to 9. Anyone got anything? Personally, I'm going to go with 6 and 3. That's just me. So I'm going to do x plus 6 and then x plus 3 equals 0, right? Because 6 times 3 is 18. 6 plus 3 is also 9, so those both work out for us. Now I'm going to do the zero product property, just set both of these equal to 0. I'm going to solve, and I'm going to get an answer of x equals negative 6 and x equals negative 3. So in this case, I got two answers. So what we're going to do is we're going to take those two answers and we're going to check them. Both of them might be true. Both of them might be extraneous or false. We're gonna check it out and see what we got. So let's just start with x equals negative 6. So anywhere I see an x in this equation, I'm going to put in a 6. Okay, so I'm going to put in a different color here. So I get negative 6 plus 7 minus 5 equals, that's another x, so I'm going to put negative 6. So let's see if we get negative 6 equals negative 6. That's what we're shooting for here. So negative 6 plus 7, that just turns into the square root of 1 minus 5 equals negative 6. And then the square root of 1 is just 1 minus 5 equals negative 6. What do we think? 1 minus 5 equals negative 6? Nope. Negative 4 equals negative 6. That is not true. So this is extraneous. It's an extraneous solution. It's not true. So I'm just going to write my answer like that. If you get an extraneous solution, tell me, right? Write extraneous. Now let's try x equals -3. Let's see if that one's extraneous. So I'm going to put a -3 now wherever I see an x. So I got the square root. And now I'm just going to plug in my -3. So -3 is going to go here. -3 is going to go on the other side of the equal sign. And let's see what we got. -3 plus 7, that's going to be the square root of 4. Minus 5 equals -3. Square root of 4 is 2. Minus 5 equals -3. 2 minus 3 is -3, which does equal -3. So how do we answer this one? With a check mark. So that tells me that you've checked it, you know it's true. So x equals -3 is a solution, and x equals -6 is extraneous. So this is how we solve a square root equation and then check for extraneous solutions. Hope this helped. Let me know if you have any questions. Peace out.